The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the former Purdue Boilermaker. It's Drew Brees.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Now Brees. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. There's Brees. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Clearly, every time the Saints put together a game plan, they plan to get Michael Thomas involved early and often. 125 catches in 2018, the most in the NFL. Not bad for a kid in Pop Warner football that only played the minimum number of plays every game.
And that's complete to Sanders. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Well, this is caught by pick up there, 26 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So now here are the Falcons under 5th-year head coach Dan Quinn. They will be led out by the 2nd overall pick back in 2016. Hard to believe he's already in his 4th season. Carson Wentz.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Now a play fake. Wentz. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it
in line. This unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Caught by Jones. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now Wentz. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown. That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division.
He's got a man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Breeze. Again has it complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
You get blocked me. You get blocked me. You get blocked me.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
7-7, our score after 1.
7-7.
Mike, ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. I'm coming for you. You
On first down, Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
95-56, 95-56.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We call that sack block. Ready.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On for the field goal. An 18-yard attempt.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
We'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter.
It's a game of 7.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. A first down carry for Smith. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So on 4th down, here's a punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back deep, the veteran Ted Ginn. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. And he is closing in on the 100-yard mark for the day.
And it appears that he loved the fact that they're going to play this game earlier. You know, daytime, he's out there running around, feeling good about himself. Whatever his prep was coming in.
Ready, 5-9.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Allen Bailey showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Breeze now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play, 2nd and 3. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Breeze to throw again. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. And the final aggressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And, we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, 3rd quarter. We take a look ahead at what's to come later tonight. Sunday Night Football, it'll be the Vikings and the Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And then tomorrow night, we've got the Seahawks and the Niners from Levi's Stadium. And we were in the Bay Area for the Raiders on Thursday night. Now right back out to watch the Niners on Monday night. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Wentz to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The punter lock out there now as he sends it away. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Breeze now on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Breeze now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. His throw incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Allen Bailey able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job.
Here we go. Waiting! I'm coming for you, son! I'm coming for you, son!
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. In there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. To throw, it's Wentz. Well, they go play fake. The problem is, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Emmanuel Sanders his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And a play fake down near the goal line here worked out well.
Anytime you can make them think that you're going to run the ball and go to that play-action pass, you see the end result, usually a touchdown.
Is that harder? Is the play fake harder to defend for the defense near the goal line or no? Because there's not as much room to work with?
It is harder because down near the goal line, you're thinking much more of a running play, especially if people run out big formations, so it is harder to defend.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time out.
Here we go. 80. 36. It's out time. It's out time, guys. It's out time.
Wentz now on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Breeze a quick throw out to Thomas. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he finds Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On the counter, here's Kamara. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They run it again with Kamara. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. A 10th carry for Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Drew Brees with a kneel down, and that ought to do it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for New Orleans, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gotw. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcaster.